So this one, not too difficult if we can see what's going on. So R0 is 10, we need to find R2. Now R2, they give you over here. So R2 is R1 plus the growth for that year. So it's how big the tree is at the end of year 1, but then it grows a little bit in year 2. So if we come over here, I'll just steal that formula. So R2 is R1 plus the growth, I2. R1 itself, though, is what it started at the very beginning, plus that little bit of growth. Again, this R1 formula, it's over here. So I've just stole that. Okay, so R1 is this formula. So R1 is this formula. So R0, they give you as 10. So that I'm going to put as 10. I1 we have to work out. We have to put 1 into the formula we're given. And I2 we have to work out. We need to put 2 into the formula we're given. Okay, and the formula that I'm talking about is this one up here. We need to put 1 there and we need to put 2 there. We need to work out I1 and I2. So I1 is this, I2 is this, and that's what we get. And we need to leave it in that form. So that is that form. I could throw all that in the calculator, but they don't want us to. So we leave it as that. The 13 is because I've got 1.5 there and 1.5 there. Add it to the 10 and you're done. Okay. This one I read and I was just like, oh no. But it is the very last question, so we're going to do it anyway. But at time equals 10, so there's been 10 lots of growth. They're talking about the volume and stuff, so we're going to have to work out the volume. They talk about volume up here. Volume of a cylinder, where did I write it, is here. But before we do any of that, we're going to have to work out R, our new R. So our first tree had an R of 10. Our second tree has an R, but after 10 years, after 10 lots of growth. So we're going to have to find I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing it, but at this point I was just like, let's just finish the paper. So I put I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. Every time you do an I, you get this 1.5 bit here. So I'm going to have 1.5 10 times. So I've just done that. And then you're going to have this sign bit 10 times, which is just really annoying. So I put this, and all of this into the calculator, all these I's, and I got 25. So our new radius is 25. All that for just 25. So now we've got to compare the two volumes and work out basically this K is how many times bigger is this volume than this volume. So this is the big volume that after 10 years you use the 25 as your radius, and the other one, the first one, you use 10 as your radius. So this one comes down here. You get 625. We don't know the height, or do we? I don't think we do. No, height's just H, so I had to leave it as H. And then this V1 here, same thing, you just put the 100 in, equals the K because they want that to happen. This pi here and this H and this pi here and this H, they all cancel out. So you're left with 625 and you're left with 100K. Divide by the 100, 6.25, and we're done.